Welcome. Thanks for attending this event. Nice to see this large turnout. My name is Morten. I'm from SimpleSite, and we're the ones hosting this Nordic Growth Hackers event. Today we're going to talk marketing automation, or more simply, mails and messaging. We're going to have some super exciting speakers that are going to be very, very specific about solutions and problems and ideas in this field. Before we start, if you get interested or want to tweet or take a picture, there's a hashtag, Nordic Growth. It's also on the standard there. So please tweet or message as we go along. So anyway, I typically have the role of doing something really simple, often embarrassingly simple to begin with. So I'm just going to post the questions and play dumb. And then the 6 speakers are hopefully going to answer a lot of interesting questions about mails and automation. But basically, I'm trying to sort of set the agenda for why is this important. So we're all in the tech community. We've built something which we think is wonderful, an app or a service or a community or some e-commerce site. And now we want to have some traction, some users. And you've probably seen Field of Dreams, where this is the motto: if you build it, they will come. But also you're all pretty seasoned entrepreneurs, so you know that this is just not true. More subtly, we tend to all go into the trap of, if they've come once to my service, they're convinced. They've seen this wonderful thing, they will come back. No way. Either they never found you, because you didn't sell, or they arrived at your service or whatever and they just didn't get it the first time and left, depressed. Or they liked it and actually intended to come back. But what happens is what happens to everybody. We make plans, but we never follow up. There's actually community for those people. It's called Procrastinators United. And I encourage you to all enlist there. Anyway, so for all these reasons, it's not enough to just have a service. You really need to get out there and grab people's attention and bring them into your service. And even if they've been there, you need to get out there and get their attention and bring them back to your service again and again and again. You need to communicate outside of your system. And that is where mail and messaging or marketing automation plays a really important role in actually reaching the users once they're not in your service. So then the question is, how to actually do that, because lots and lots of questions come out when you ask how. So what do you want to send? To whom do you want to send it? Do you want to segment them? Do you want to look at what they've done or what they haven't done? When do you want to send it? In the morning, in the evening, on Mondays, on Fridays, or whatever? And once you find inside who to send what, how do you write fantastic content that will engage them? And finally, since this is Nordic Growth Hackers, how do you measure it? I mean, how do you convince yourself that you're actually making a difference here? So in terms of measuring, there are 2 very, very different levels of looking at whether this is effective. You could look at click-throughs and opens and actions. That will tell you a lot about the individual message. Is the subject line good? Do people actually click on it? Can I deliver? Those are the questions that's sort of in there. But we're striving for something higher than that. We're striving for sort of putting user in a cloud of communication. And that whole cloud, with all the mechanisms that is supposed to lift whatever, sales or engagement or something. So what you would ideally want to measure is the whole cloud of communication that you're wrapping around the user. This is Nordic Growth Hackers, so we want to measure. But the problem very often when you're doing mails is that you do not have very much data and it's pretty scattered. So if you're looking to improve engagement at day 60 or whatever, you're not really sending a lot of mails, you're not really getting a lot of response, and it's pretty hard to measure whether it's actually happening. The time frames are long. If you have a complete engagement flow, that might be taking 30 days to complete. So you're treating a cohort in 30 days, then you have to wait 30 days to see what actually happened. So long time scales, little data, and you're trying to measure the effect of something big and holistic. So where's your A-track on this? Do you have an A-track compared to this cloud of communication? So rather than just saying we have to do A/B experiments like we do in the GUI, for instance, where it's fairly easy to see whether a button or a change of screens works, You want to measure mails, but also you have to rely a lot on intuition because of lack of data and long time scales. So you have to play on both, and you're going to hear both today. Basically, what you're going to hear today, I think, is going to be a very broad spectrum of techniques and realizations concerning mail and messaging. You're going to hear about how to sell. You're going to hear about how to engage your users. You're going to hear about how to measure, or if you cannot measure, what to do instead, or how to work with it in a more intuitive way or qualitative way. You're going to hear about how to write great content that will actually engage and force clicks. And I'm pretty sure that what we're going to hear from almost all the speakers is not a finished solution. It's going to be work in progress, because that's the way it is with this. And I can say for myself and our own company, we've been very, very poor at doing this for a very long time. We've kind of consistently ignored it, but we're embarking on this journey now. That's why we're not speakers today, because we're here to listen. And that's why one of the reasons we arranged this event. We really want to learn. So I'm going to be an avid listener all through today. So anyway, that was it. Now we're going to hear from the speakers. We're going to start with Christos from Vivino. And he's going to basically, as far as I understand, talk about engagement driven by messaging, right?
Yep.
Yes.